Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Isa, and in my previous video I showed you how you can create a digital planner from scratch using the app Keynote directly on your iPad. Today I will show you how you can add dates to that undated planner. I will teach you how you can add the dates using both a note-taking app, in this case I'm going to be using GoodNotes 5, but I will also teach you how to do it from the app Keynote. So you can follow this method to date any planner, but I highly recommend that you watch my previous video if you've never created a digital planner in Keynote. I'm gonna leave the link to it below, so make sure to check it out. If you're ready, let's go. Okay, so I'm going to show you several methods in which you can date an undated digital planner. The first one is going to be directly in your note-taking app. In this case, I'm using GoodNotes. And I'm going to go back to January, and to do it, it's actually very easy. I will open my calendar app here in split screen mode, just so I can use it as reference. Well, this is kind of obvious really. You will use your pen tool in GoodNotes, and this is going to be January of 2021, so I'm going to scroll, make sure I'm in the right month, and then you will see that the first day of January 2021 is a Friday, so I'm going to move on to that day. And all I do is start writing the numbers in with my pen. I mean, it couldn't get simpler and more obvious than this really. So you keep going until you have dated all of the days. So that's method number one, and it can work. I personally am not very proud of my handwriting, so what I always prefer to do is add text boxes, and that's gonna be method number two. I'm gonna close my calendar for now. Okay, I'm gonna erase all of my numbers except the one, just to remember that's where they start, and I'm gonna click on my text icon here to be able to tap on the screen and create a text box where I'm gonna write the number 1. I want to grow this text box a little bit because when I write another number like 30 or so, then the text will not fit if the box is too small. So I'm just gonna double tap on the text to select it and then change to the font that I want. This time I want to use a font called Cuevas, and I'm gonna link it below if you're interested in getting it. And I also want to make this text bigger, so just go here on the font size and make it bigger. A last thing I want to do is justify it to the right, so that when I enter a new number, then the numbers will move to the left. As you can see, I had to grow my box even a little more. I'm gonna go again, so let's say I enter 28. As you can see, the numbers move to the left, and that's how I know they will always be aligned. But I'm going to turn this back to number 1 because that's the first day of the month. So now I delete my original 1. I use my lasso to select my text box and bring the 1 here. Now I can copy this and then just paste it onto the following day. And paste it one more time so that I can place it on the Sunday here. Then copy all these 3 at the same time and paste them just to populate the rest of the days of the month. And what I want to do here is have a full row so that then I can copy it all together. So just one last one, copy and paste. Okay. Now that I have a full row, I can just copy all of these at once and paste them and just adjust them onto this next row. Now I have a bunch of 1s in my monthly spread, but once I have all my text boxes in, I can go and tap on my text box icon again so that I'm able to just double tap on a box and start editing the numbers. Once you have filled in all of the numbers, what you can do is copy all of them together and then copy them onto your next month. In this case, it's February. So just tap and hold, paste them, and then you do have to update the dates, but you don't have to enter each text box individually anymore. Now, the downside to doing this method is that, for example, if you start adding stickers and other images and then you start lassoing them, you might accidentally lasso and move the dates as well. So you can get around this by going to your lasso menu, so tap on that icon, and then if, for example, I turn off my handwriting option, that means that all of the dates that I entered using the pen tool will not be moved when I use my lasso tool. So for example, what I did here where it says spa day, what I used is a text box. So that will be moved, but my number 17 will not, because this is handwritten text, and that is turned off from my Lasso menu. The same way, and I made another page to show you, so I'm going to skip to July. If you use the method of entering text boxes to date your planner, then what you do is go to your Lasso, turn the handwriting option back on, but turn the text boxes option off. And then in this way, I can select my images without moving my numbers. However, for example here, when I do have a text box, the one that says Spa Day, I will not be able to move it because that is a text box and that option is turned off. So what you could do is just use your handwritten notes instead to write down your notes, and then you will be able to move that using your Lasso tool. Another thing I've been doing a lot is kind of like skip the Lasso most of the times and then just use my image tool and then tap on my stickers to move them without worrying about moving anything else. And if you don't want to worry at all about accidentally moving any items or changing the settings in your Lasso menu, then the best way is to date your planner directly in Keynote. And the method to do that is actually going to be super similar to what we just did here, but I'm going to show you how that goes. So I'm opening my planner in Keynote. Again, we created this planner in my previous video. I'm going to link it below. Make sure to check it out if you want to learn how we did this from scratch. And I'm just going to move on to my first monthly spread, which is January. And the same way I did it in GoodNotes, I'm going to create a text box. Okay. Again, I can adjust my text. I'm going to write down the number 30 because it's a bigger number just to see how big the box needs to be. And I'm going to double tap on my text to select it, go to my formatting menu here, which is the brush icon, and then choose the font that you want. I'm going to choose the same one, which is Cuevas. Go back to text, and where it says size, you have the option to make it bigger. So I want maybe a 38, and I want the color to be black, so choose that too. Okay. And I have to zoom in to be able to move my box up here to Friday, which is the first day of January. So I'm just going to place that box there. I'm going to tap on it, click on copy, tap anywhere on the screen to click on paste, and then arrange your second box, your third box, and so on. We learned in my previous video that you can tap on one item and then select the rest to copy them together and then paste them. And this will start making your life a little bit easier. It'll go quicker. So again, my goal here is to have a full row. And this is a little bit better than the options that you have in GoodNotes because you can do a little more here. You can adjust them, align them, make sure that they're all properly arranged. So I'll show you that in a second. So it's important that the first and last numbers on the row are aligned exactly how you want them. So I'm using the same text box as a reference. It's matching with the calendar box itself. So the last one is doing well, and I'm gonna go back to look at the first one again. I think I can align it a tiny bit more. Doesn't have to be super exact. Okay, now I will select that row. So tap on one of the items and then select the rest. Okay, now that I have them all selected, I go to my brush menu here to where it says arrange. And then I want to make sure that they're all aligned either to the top or the bottom. So that's going to be this icon or this one here, whichever. Just tap there. As you can see, they aligned a little better. And then if you click on horizontally, they will also be separated with the exact same distance in between each other. And before deselecting from this menu, I'm going to click on group. And I have my whole row of numbers, which I can now just copy, paste, and start populating the rest of my calendar. And if you want, you can also align these first three numbers. So align to the top and then horizontally, that should be fine. Now I want to select all of the numbers and have them in a single group. So I'm gonna go back to select these three plus these rows. Go to my brush. I want to ungroup them all because, as you can see, the first three are individual items, but these rows are grouped by row. So I want to click on ungroup. Okay, now they're all selected individually, but before deselecting, click on my brush again and then click on group. Okay, so now my numbers are a single group. Okay, another thing I was forgetting is to justify the text to the right. So I'm just gonna select my group, and a very easy way to select each item individually is after selecting on your group, you click on your brush to click on ungroup, and automatically all of the items of the group will now be ungrouped but selected individually. So before deselecting, go back to your brush, text, and now justify to the right, go back to arrange, group, and now I'm ready to start entering the correct dates. As you can see, it goes a little faster here in Keynote, faster than on GoodNotes. And also the advantage, as you'll see when we export, is that the numbers will not be movable when you have your planner in your note-taking app. Now, I kind of made a mistake up here because what I would have done normally is to just create rows of numbers, even if the month of January does not require these first 4 boxes. That's okay, I'll show you how you can fix it in the following month. But what I'll do now is just tap on my group to be able to copy it, and then go to my month of February, tap and click on paste. And as you can see, all the numbers are brought in here. So the work is a lot less for the following months. But as I said, I'm missing these boxes and I haven't checked my calendar. Let me check that right now. And February starts on a Monday. So yeah, I do need, let me close this. I do need these first boxes, so not to worry. What I'll do is just open my group, so double tap on any number, and then select these 4 numbers that I'm missing. Okay, copy, and then I'm tapping on another number just to be able to click on paste without getting out of my group. Okay, so I'm pasting these within the group, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit just to be able to move these up. Right around there, should be aligned. Great, and just like that I have added the missing numbers. So now I can go and change the dates. So Monday 1st, Tuesday 2nd, and so on. Okay, and once I'm done entering the numbers of February, as you can see, it ends on Sunday the 28th. So that means the totality of the bottom row is just useless to me. So I have to delete those numbers. However, before I do that, I'm going to copy this whole box and paste it onto the next month, just so that I don't have to restart the whole process. And in fact, if you check the dates of March 2021, it's exactly the same as February. So I kind of can recycle this month. Of course, instead of ending on the 28th, March ends on Wednesday the 31st. So I'm gonna close my calendar. I can see that I have 28, and then I just go to 29, 30, and 31st. I do have to delete these last numbers, but before I do that, again, I'm going to copy this and paste it onto the next month, which is April. Now I go back to March and delete all these extra boxes. Delete. Okay, so March is ready, and I also haven't deleted the extra ones from February. So it's all of the bottom ones here. Done. So now I have my month of January, February, and March done. Just continue with this process until you have filled in all of the dates of all of the months. Once you're done dating your planner, you are ready to export and send to your note-taking app. Now, before we do that, I forgot to do this in my last video. You can change the name of your presentation so it doesn't say presentation 6. So click on rename up here and then just write down whatever you want. So this is gonna be just my planner. Done. So when I send this into another app, I have a better name than just presentation 6. So to export, I'm gonna tap on these 3 dots on the top right here, click on export, PDF, and then leave this as it is, and then just click on export. And from here you have several different options. You can email it to somebody, you can save it to your Dropbox. I don't have Dropbox installed here, but if you did, you would be able to send it over there. You can save to files or iCloud, or you can send directly to your note-taking app. As you can see, I have Notability here as an option. I have GoodNotes, Note Shelf, and if you don't see them up here in the icons, you will also maybe see them here in these options. So whichever the icon or open in GoodNotes, you just tap on one of those options. Now this is GoodNotes, and of course I had my previous undated planner open, so it's very important that I choose import as new document, because if I import it into the current document, then my previous planner is going to be split in two and the new planner is going to be placed in between, so none of the documents will work correctly. Make sure you import as new document, select the folder you want to import it to, and then click on import. And here I have my planner with the dates that I have just added. let me activate my links by tapping on this pen icon on the top right. And when I tap on my months, I will have the dates. So that means that if I use my lasso, I will not be selecting or accidentally moving any dates. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. This is how you can date a planner both in your note-taking app or in the original file in Keynote. I hope that it was helpful and easy to follow, but if you have any questions, drop me a comment below. I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Okay guys, so that was it for this video. That's how you can date an undated digital planner. This is really helpful to know since you always want dates in your planner, no matter how you make it. I hope that you learned something new today and that you liked this video. And if you have any questions at all, something was not clear, just drop me a comment below and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know so I can keep making more videos like this. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do it and tap on that bell so you know when the new video is out. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.